There's nothing quite like the night once a year when we dress up in costume and collect more candy than our stomachs can handle. But have you ever taken a break from the treats and wondered, why do we go trick-or-treating on Halloween? Let's find out on today's episode of COLOSSAL QUESTIONS! Since at least medieval times, there's been a tradition of mumming on holidays like Christmas or Easter. Mumming is when you go door to door in costume, performing short skits or plays in exchange for food or drink. The mumming tradition likely spread to the Halloween season because of an old Celtic festival called Samhain. We talked about Samhain in our episode last week, if you want to know where Halloween itself came from. During the October 31st festival, Celts would dress up in spooky costumes and go door to door asking for treats. And if someone refused, well, they were cursed with bad luck for the entire winter. That sounds a lot like trick-or-treating, huh? By the 1500s, kids in Scotland would go door to door disguised in fancy costumes with masks or face paint. They would recite rhymes and threaten to cause mischief if they weren't given food. This was a tricky holiday tradition known as guising. Children in England had a similar tradition called souling. They would wear costumes, meet up in groups, and go from house to house, singing and asking for little cakes called soul cakes, apples, money, or anything the homeowner would give. By the 1890s, mumming, souling, or guising on Halloween was common in all British Isles. In fact, some mischief makers would even carry lanterns made out of scooped out vegetables. These lanterns were the predecessors of the modern jack-o'-lantern. If you want to know more about that, watch our episode all about where jack-o'-lanterns came from. We'll put a link at the end of the episode. The first reports of guising in North America wasn't until 1911 in Ontario, Canada. The term trick-or-treat was first used in 1927 by a newspaper in Alberta. Trick-or-treating first spread to the United States around the 1930s, and by the 1950s, it was a national tradition. This is partly thanks to a famous Peanuts comic strip from 1951 that showed Charlie Brown out trick-or-treating. By the mid-50s, trick-or-treating was firmly settled as an important part of the American Halloween tradition. Now, go eat some candy! And now you know why we go trick-or-treating on Halloween. Comment below if you have a question you'd like to know the answer to. And don't forget to subscribe for more episodes of
Colossal Questions!
Only on DreamWorks TV.